Hey, this is Chris Bertelson with a quick clip from Nevada Learning Series. I'd like to show you some security options for your iPad 2. Out of the box, your iPad has no security turned on. Anybody that walks up to it can simply slide to unlock and have access to your iPad and all of its data. But Apple provides several levels of security that you can turn on, and I think that's a very good thing. You find the security under Settings, and on the left I'm going to tap on General, and down here you can see where it says Auto Lock. That is how long before the screen will turn off and you need to swipe to log in again. Now this doesn't require a password and it's very low level security, but it does turn the screen off. I usually don't bother with Auto Lock. What I do is I like to set a passcode lock. Passcode is Apple's word for password, and you can set this as a simple passcode or a more complex passcode. We'll start out with a simple one. We'll say turn the passcode on by touching that, and you put in a 4-digit numeric code. Type that in once, and then you type it in again to confirm, and now we've set that. You can also choose how much inactivity or how long is the system off before you need to type in a passcode when you start it again. So we're going to say immediately in this case. That can be up to 4 hours. So we back out of there and we hit the home button, and now let's restart our iPad. Okay, we've restarted. Now when we go to unlock, we slide to unlock, and it requires that we enter a passcode. So we type in our passcode, and now we have access to our iPad and its data. That is a much more secure situation than when you first start the iPad. If you want to have an even more protective passcode, you can go into passcode lock and type it in, and come down here and say that I don't want a simple passcode, I want a more complex passcode. So once again you type in the old one to change it, and you enter your new one. Let's put in a longer phrase. You say next, and you enter again to confirm. So I type that in, I say that I'm done, and I go back and restart my system. Now when I slide to unlock, it's going to ask me for that longer passcode. I type that in, hit return, and I have access. Now there's a couple of other things that you can set here under Settings, General for passcodes. Let's go into passcode lock and enter our passcode. You always have to enter that to make any changes. When you go to the logon screen, there's a little flower button in the lower corner. That's the picture frame button. And if you tap on that, it will take you through various pictures that you've set up from your photo albums. Generally, that's a good thing, but if it turns out that that is secure data that you wouldn't want to share with anyone that would have access to your iPad, you can also turn that off. And that's turned off under Settings, Passcode Lock, right down here where it says Picture Frame. If I slide that to off, now no one will have access to any pictures that I have, if that happens to be secure data. If you're extremely paranoid, you can set the Erase Data button down here so that after 10 failed passcode attempts, all the data on your system will be erased. And ultimately, the most valuable thing you have is not the iPad, it's the data on the iPad. So if you really are concerned about that, you can turn this little switch on and secure that data. If you want to change your passcode, which is a good idea periodically, you touch the Change Passcode button, enter your old one, and it will prompt you for a new one. Again, if you want to turn off the passcode, you touch the Turn Off Passcode button, enter the old one, and then you can turn that passcode off. Now the question does come up, what if I forget my passcode? And there are some procedures for resetting that. Probably the simplest one is to connect up to iTunes and restore a backup that you have made to your system before you had a passcode set, and then you can get access to your data. Another option is to completely reset your iPad, and then it'll start again with the factory defaults, and then you can go back and restore a backup that you have from your computer. So that's a quick look at some of the security that you can take to protect your iPad and access to its data. This has been a quick clip from Nevada Learning Series, helping you get the most from your Apple iPad.